Hey there, I'm Lisa Niven Kelly for Beaducation.com, and in this video Aisha's going to show us how to clean up those scratches you get when you stamp on two sides of metal. You've probably had this happen before. Let's say you're working with maybe an 18 gauge circle. You stamp on one side, it scratches the back from the bench block. You flip it over, you stamp on the other side, and it scratches the first side. So she's going to show us some polishing tools to use to clean up those scratches. But do keep in mind, in order to stamp on two sides of metal, you really do need to be working with 18 gauge at least or thicker in order to get that to succeed. Sound good? All right, let's get into the video.
These are the tools that we're going to use to remove those pesky shadows on our blank. I have a variety of silicone wheels, and this is the Peach 3M Radial. Super great. I also have out of the shot a flex shaft, which is a motorized handpiece that we're going to mount these little bits into. Because we are using a motorized tool today, I want to make sure that you are being safe. So make sure to pull your hair back, put on your safety glasses, and you may even consider putting on a face mask because these do start to break down and go airborne. So let's start by coming in here, opening the jaws, and I'm going to start with the gray. Place the mandrel between the jaws and then turn the key to the right to tighten the jaws. Hit the foot pedal and make sure everything's going nice and straight. Now this is a fairly coarse wheel and we have to assess what's going on here. We've got some pretty good long scratches on the surface here, and we're going to take care of those. What I'm going to do is start the motor rolling, and I want you to go nice and slow like this. Hear the hum of the motor? I don't want you to go this fast. It's way too fast. The only thing you're going to do there is wear down your wheel faster than you have to. So let's start. I'm going to work in circular motion here. There we go. That looks pretty good. And a little bit more here. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over and head for the problem areas back here. There is a section there, right in the middle of the screen. And you know what, so you see that scratch right there? Let's get rid of that too. And I'm assessing. There's a spot over here. All right, so let's stop and talk a little bit more about what we're doing. When we stamped this blank, as we drive the stamp down into the metal, it's sitting on the bench block. And this bench block, let's take a look, is well loved, just like yours probably is. So it has some pock marks and scratches and dents, and sometimes you accidentally hit the bench block instead of your metal, so maybe you have some dings. So as we stamp the metal and the metal hits the bench block, it picks up all of these blemishes on the back side of it. And then when we flip it over to stamp on the back side, now we have them on the front side, right? And those blemishes sometimes can be quite deep. And to get them out, we have to bring the metal down to the surface of the scratch. So we have to start with a fairly coarse wheel. I am gonna go to, now to the next wheel, which is the blue. Now the blue is going to remove some of the harsh scratches. I shouldn't say scratches because we took out scratches, but kind of some harsh marks that the gray left while removing scratches. Get that in there nice and tight. Give it a whirl, make sure it's nice and straight. Looks good. And let's go back in. All right, looking good. I think I got rid of all of the marks from the gray wheel. Let's do a little bit more. All right, and now let's do the back side. And the other side over here. You'll see as I'm working, I'm not really worried about the stamped impressions. They're so deep. I'm not worried about removing them at all. That looks pretty great. I know you're saying, what do you mean, Aisha, it looks pretty great? It's like shiny in some areas and not others, but we're gonna do one more step and then you'll see how this is gonna all even out. I'm gonna move on to the peach color 3M radials. I have 3 stacked here on a screw mandrel. All right, so I have the peach here mounted. We often get the question, hey, can I use a Dremel? I have one in the garage, and the answer is yes, of course you can. You know, if you end up using it a lot, you might want to invest in a flex shaft because it's just easier to hold sometimes, but I know they make a bunch of different varieties these days. All right, so get that wheel rotating, make sure everything's nice and straight. And then with this, these are like little fingers, and you're gonna cruise along the surface. And now I'm gonna go over the whole piece, blending it all together. And that's shiny. Okay, so here we go. See the reflection of the camera in it? It's so shiny. Lost my grip. Bring in my Pro Polish pad. And this looks pretty nice. So the truth is that you can do this as much as you want. We sell these little kits, assortments of these silicone wheels, and it comes with 4 different coarsenesses. So my recommendation is to practice. Take a piece of copper, scratch it on purpose with something sharp, and then try to get it out. It's really a great idea to always practice.